All right. Well, first of all, I would like to congratulate you all on a big win, and that's in making the decision to be together. Now, as you know, with every win, there comes the challenge of how are you going to continue to win? How do you stay in the winning zone? And so, with that being said, I would like for us to talk about openly in a safe space what is one of the most difficult challenges that you're dealing with at this stage of the relationship now that you're committed to be back together? And of course, ladies first.
Yeah. I struggle with fear. I struggle with the fear of a switch being turned on or off and my husband going back to being who he was just a few months ago. I mean, a few months ago, he didn't even want to be with me. And now we're here, and I'm just worried if that day will ever come back. I'm worried that we are doing all this work and I'm allowing myself to feel feelings for him again and to love him again, and I'm scared he's gonna hurt me again. Yeah, I fear him hurting me again.
Okay, that's very real. Thank you for sharing that openly. What about you, Anthony?
I fear that my wife is hurt and that I know I'm the cause of it. And I fear that I don't have the whole family like I wanted.
What do you mean by that?
I just wish my son was here. You know, I mean, I love my wife. I love her. She's the most precious thing to me, but it's just like I don't have the family that I once envisioned. You know, I just wish that my son could be a part of this, you know?
That's real. Thank you for sharing.
So the therapist is asking both Anthony and Amber, what is their biggest fear at this stage of reuniting their marriage? And Amber goes on to say that her biggest fear is fear itself of him. She's giving him her trust and the possibility of him doing her all over like this again. Well, Amber, that is a legitimate fear to have when you take somebody back in any type of situation. But I'm still going to stand on, she took him back with no change. She just simply took him back. And therefore, he didn't have to really work towards anything to get her. So the possibility of him lapsing and going back to who he was, you know, although it can happen in any situation, even if you do require him to have change, it's just that much easier for him to do it. And she basically, you know, she spilled out her heart, how she feel about the whole situation, how she feel like she just really opened herself up to him, and she's scared. She's scared he's going to hurt her again. And then came his response. He was fearful because he did not have a family that he once envisioned. He wanted to have his son in the relationship with his wife. Well, sir, if you didn't cheat on your wife, then you wouldn't have to worry about this. And you did have a son a son, David, who wasn't your biological son, but he was still your son. And you had your wife who was pregnant with possibly another son or daughter or whatnot, but you stressed her out to the point that she miscarried. So the fact that this man just sat up here and said that he just wished his son was in their union, I think, to me, that would have came off a little bit, what? I mean, I just sat here and told you, my fear is you doing me all over like this again, and all your fear is your son. Now, I can be understanding as to wanting to have his son in his life. because that is his son, and we will take the necessary precautions for that to happen, for him to bond with his child, take her to court if we have to, make some type of boundaries and arrangements to do that. But the fact we're talking about fears and what you fear out of our relationship, and that's what you bring up, I think that right there would have just pushed me over the edge. And the way she's looking, it looked like she's not too far behind what I'm thinking. Like, how dare you? Like, once again, it's all about Anthony. Anthony. But again, Amber, you required him to do nothing other than say you was going to take him back. So why would you expect anything less other than what is going to benefit him? Because up until now, that's all you've been worried about, him. And benefiting and comforting him and making him feel okay. You haven't really dealt with anything, or yourself for that matter. But go ahead and drop a comment. Tell me what y'all think. What do you think about what he said about having his son there with the family when she said her biggest fear was him hurting her all over again? I think maybe he should have reassured her that he would not have hurt her again, and that didn't come out his mouth. I'm curious to see what y'all gonna say about this one. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. As always, be your brothers and your sisters keeper. Keep God first. And toodles.